Welcome to FPL Selection. Today we'll see how the team is shaping up for Game Week 27, but first a quick look at how we got on in Game Week 26. The total score of 95 points this week and a small rise of around 500 places. I was quite lucky, to be honest, as I did go against the Salah captaincy, but I think the extra points there from Glasner probably just kept me on a green arrow. If I did captain Salah, I probably would be inside the top 1,000, but to be honest, I'm just quite happy I got away with it, so yeah, not going to complain. The stars of the week then were Glasner, as mentioned, 20 points. Yeah, really happy with that. Managed to get the full 56 points from the 3 assistant managers, bonus on each game, or each game week, so yeah, very happy with that. It was definitely worth playing for the 5 games in the 3 weeks. In Boomo, got a goal and assist, 14 points. I think Leicester are definitely a team to target now. They really look like their heads dropped as soon as the first goal went in. There was plenty of chances for Brentford. I think they could have easily scored a few more if they really pushed hard. And Salah, again, another double-digit return for him. Yeah, he's just inevitable at the moment. And yeah, why I went against him as captain. Yeah, obviously in hindsight, it's easy to say, but just getting points every week, goals, assists, and yeah, just silly to go against him at the moment, really. Anyway, let's look ahead to Game Week 27. I have actually already used my one free transfer. I did it on Saturday night. I brought in Daniel Munoz for Castagna. It was going up in price, and I had done a little bit of sort of future planning, and I knew I was going to want Munoz at least for Game Week 28. And my other moves are probably going to be to bring in Mateta and Anthony Gordon ahead of the double in Game Week 32. So if I didn't make the move early, I was probably going to be only have sort of 0.1 wiggle room. So decided I would just bite the bullet and just get him in early. I was going to buy him a couple of weeks ago actually, and decided not to because I was already using 4 out of 5 transfers a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, probably should have just got on and got it done really. So yeah, he's in. And then I'm also contemplating a -4 to get a striker in. I mean, I've got Cunha and Mateta on the screen there, but to be honest, I have done a bit more thinking today, and it just makes sense to get Mateta in. He's got Ipswich in 28. I'm free hitting in 29, so I don't have to worry about him blanking there. And then Game Week 30, they're away at Southampton. He looked really great in the Fulham game, and he's looked great for a few weeks. So I think it'd be silly not to get him in for those fixtures. And then, of course, they have the double in 32. So I am contemplating the -4. I think I am going to need a -4 to get the team I want up to Game Week 33, as I am sort of planning a wild card in 34, I think. So I might as well take the -4 now rather than taking it in a few weeks and just try and get the points back. And I don't think Watkins against Crystal Palace, you know, he might score exactly the same as Mateta. There's a good chance he could outscore him, but Mateta is the player I want, and I think it might just be worth just getting him in now and yeah, just take the -4 on the chin, and I'm sure he'll pay it back over those fixtures. So that's one to take up to the deadline, but like I said, I've got both on the screen there, Cunha and Mateta, but it's, yeah, I think it's Mateta's, I'm pretty sure on that. Whether if it's not this week, it will certainly be next week. So yeah, take that to the deadline. So moving on to the team and looking at the defence. So we've got the double Liverpool defence with Alisson and Alexander-Arnold. Newcastle at home. Now, with these quick turnarounds, I'm never that confident of clean sheets because you never sort of know, you know, what condition the players are in. I mean, Isak did look like he might be injured when he came off in the Forest game, so that's a short turnaround for him, and he is injury prone. And with the cup final coming up, you know, in a few weeks, you just wonder whether he might, if he does miss out, that obviously gives a really good chance for a Liverpool clean sheet. And yeah, so that's one to look out for. But again, like I say, I'm not that confident with Isak in top form at the moment. If he does play, there's probably going to be a few goals in that game, but obviously I'm holding on to those Liverpool players now for few more weeks. No point moving them on. Then Gabriel is away to Forest. Now, Arsenal have only had 2 clean sheets in the 8 league games they've had in 2025. I know they've had quite a few injuries and chopping and changing of the team, but yeah, it's not looking as strong as it once was. And I actually had a quick look and saw that Gabriel, he hasn't had a goal since game week 13. So we're now in game week 27 coming up. So, you know, it's 13 weeks now with no set piece goals, and that's sort of something we always keep Gabriel sort of at the top of our list of defenders to hold on to. So yeah, it's one to think about there. I know they've got a great run of fixtures now for pretty much the rest of the season, but I'm just going to keep a close eye on it, because for the price that you're paying, there's not really much to justify at the moment when you see the likes of Lewis Hall getting 9 points this week, and obviously Munoz, I think he had 13 points in the end this week just gone. So yeah, one to monitor there, but I think if any team's going to turn it round and put up a decent run of clean sheets, you'd back Arsenal. So yeah, I'm certainly not going to panic there. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Munoz, brought him in for Castagna, and definitely going to play him this week. Just the attacking threat. Every time I've seen Palace play recently, he always ends up one of the highest players on the pitch. He basically just plays like a winger and then sort of ends up as a striker in the middle of the box. And yeah, he's probably due a lot more returns, to be honest. He's blanked way more times than you would have expected with the chances he's had. So took his goal really nicely in the Fulham game. So yeah, I just wanted to get in on that early, because I knew I'd want him for the Ipswich Southampton games and the double in 32. So yeah, it just made sense to get on and get that done. So let's move on to midfield now. It's not worth spending much time on Salah at home to Newcastle. He's just so consistent this season. It's unbelievable. And going against him for captaincy just really isn't a smart move at the moment. I know Palmer's got Southampton at home, but he's obviously not in the best of form at the moment. Salah's so consistent. The Newcastle defence is a bit leaky at the moment, so yeah, you'd back him to at least get 1 goal or assist, wouldn't you? And should be most people's captain until he proves otherwise at the moment. But probably going to be my vice captain again this week, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. But yeah, unbelievable player. What a season he's having. Then Mbeumo is at home to Everton. Now, that would have been an easier fixture not so long ago. You would have seen that as a potential haul fixture for Mbeumo. But since Moyes has come in, they've been so much better, Everton. I think they're unbeaten in 6 now. And yeah, it's probably not going to be such an easy game for Brentford. You can maybe see him getting 1 return in the game, but I mean, he has been playing really well recently in Mbeumo. He was unlucky last week not to get anything, and obviously got his goal and assist against Leicester. So yeah, he's a quality player, and yeah, you'd never put it against him to not get anything in a game. But yeah, I'm not expecting too much from that game. And Kluivert is away at Brighton. It's 2 teams that like to press quite high, so especially with the quick turnaround and a bit of tiredness, I think there's going to be a few goals in this game. It'd be interesting to see if Kluivert starts. I think he got 70 something minutes in the game at the weekend, and he is a new father. So yeah, from experiencing that just under a year ago, I imagine how he feels. So it'd be interesting to see if he does start. I imagine he will, but with Evan Nilsson back now, and there's a few other options there on the bench for Bournemouth, so I think he will start. But again, he might only get 60 or 70 minutes. But with the state of the game, maybe there'll be a few goals. So yeah, I'm quite happy to hold him for a little bit anyway. They've got good fixtures, and yeah, see how that one plays out. And Nkunku is at home to Southampton. I did bring him in a week early as a bit of a punt in the away game against Villa. Didn't really do much to sort of impress or suggest that he's going to turn his form around. But if anyone's ever going to turn their form around, Southampton and Leicester, the 2 fixtures you'd want. So for him, I think it's a perfect opportunity to get a couple of goals, build up the confidence, and yeah, try and turn it around. But yeah, the quality of the player is there. It's just obviously it hasn't worked out for him yet, you know, for Chelsea, and this is his opportunity now, obviously with Jackson out. So yeah, I've obviously gone for Nkunku with the double up on the Chelsea attack with Palmer. Palmer missed a good chance in the Villa game and probably should have had at least one return there. And he had another opportunity where he could have put Nkunku in and just overhit the pass a little bit. So I'm probably going to captain him again this week, I think. I just can't believe that a player of his quality is going to, you know, keep not returning, especially against Southampton. Again, it's this question of just getting the confidence up again. It's the perfect game for it, home game. I'm really expecting at least 2 or 3 returns between him and Nkunku this week, and yeah, I'd be very disappointed if I get another blank. But yeah, I think it's going to be Palmer captain again. I'm going to go for the block of 3 as I mentioned last week, and yeah, see how we get on there. So moving on to the forwards, Isak is away to Liverpool. As I mentioned earlier, it did look like he had a slight injury when he came off against Forest. I don't know if that was just an impact or what it was. He was sort of holding his lower back, but we know how fragile he can be. So yeah, could be difficult with a quick turnaround if he has got an injury, but obviously just have to wait and see. I'm definitely not going to do anything unless he's ruled out. But if he does play, another couple of goals at the weekend. Maybe a little bit of luck. Obviously, the penalty was very lucky, but yeah, he's the man in form, isn't he? So yeah, it certainly won't be going anywhere for me, and you back him against Liverpool for sure. Back him against anyone, to be honest. And then Watkins is away at Palace. Now, he's still in there for the moment. Like I said, I am considering bringing in Mateta for a -4, just because I know I want to make that move, and as I said, I think that -4 is coming in the next few weeks, so I might as well get on and do it. But Watkins has been doing well, 5 returns in the last 8 games in 2025, so he's ticking over nicely. But to be honest, I only got him in because of the double. I probably wouldn't have gone there otherwise. So yeah, it's going to be the toss of a coin this week, I think. It's whether I just think getting on and get Mateta in, or do I just give a player of Watkins' quality another week. You know, might get something decent out of it this week and then move him on in game week 28. But yeah, I'll take that one up to the deadline, I think. But yeah, I certainly wouldn't be unhappy if I end up with Watkins for this week anyway. So just in summary then, I think I'm going to go Palmer captain. As I said, I like to do it in blocks. I've decided to pick these 3 games: Villa away, Southampton and Leicester. Obviously got nothing in the Villa game, but that shouldn't stop me from following my plan. I know Salah is inevitable at the moment, but Southampton at home, you just can't say no to that. And the potential here for him to haul big, and maybe Salah doesn't score that much. Could be a nice little jump in rank this week. And like I said last week, I think it's time to start taking a few more gambles. And like I said, I'd like to get close to I'd like to finish inside. I think top 500 now is a good target. So yeah, I've got to start pushing for it. Especially later in the season, if the teams get too template, it might be harder to find those edges each week. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Palmer captain, Salah vice, and the Mateta transfer. I'm going to wait until deadline and really think that one through. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.